I have been originally planning on reviewing the Evil Alfred and the Evil Alfred 2. My idea was to wait until Alfred, the creator of this Roblox animated movie series, finished the Evil Alfred 3 so I could cover all 3 films together. But I got impatient and honestly, I really want to talk about the Evil Alfred. I want to share my thoughts on my friend's movie and give it the attention it truly deserves. Don't worry though, once the Evil Alfred 3 releases on YouTube, there's a good chance I'll review that as well. For now, we're diving into the first 2 films by Alfred. So who exactly is Alfred? He's a Roblox animator who also works with Oblivious HD as part of his animation team. He's helping Matt, aka Oblivious HD, on the upcoming The Bacon Hair 4 movie, along with several other projects. Alfred uses Moon Animator 2, a Roblox Studio add-on, to create his animations. And by the way, he made this movie entirely on his own. He handled all the animation and directed the film. The script, however, was written by him along with Intel 4007, Roy Cordlon, and Siki. Fun fact about Siki, he not only worked on the music, but also created and voiced the character who appears in the movie. I'll be talking about that character soon. The movie draws inspiration from Half-Life 2, The Terminator, and the 2005 version of War of the Worlds. Not the dumbed down 2025 version, which was so bad that it makes me think that this movie was filmed during COVID-19. Oh. Now, you might be thinking, since my friend Alfred works for Oblivious HD, he must be pretty popular, right?
It's false. No way. Not this time.
Unfortunately, he's not Oblivious HD level popular. Like many talented Roblox animators who put real effort into their films, he's stuck in the lower ranks and often overshadowed by low-effort slot-like content farms, which is honestly pretty sad. Anyway, sorry for rambling, let's get on with the review. The first movie. The Evil Alfred begins with a spaceship flying through space, and when it crashes down to Earth, it releases a red blast that works like an EMP, knocking out the power in this small town. Sorry, little fella, looks like you won't be watching, Green no more. Oh, and fun fact about the characters you are seeing in these scenes. They were actually taken from one of Oblivious HD's cancelled or unreleased zombie movie. Anyway, the ship ends up crashing in a forest clearing. Naturally, the military, police helicopters, and local officers are already on their way to investigate. The ship's door opens, and out steps a robot who, judging by his outfit, looks like he's trying a little too hard to be a Tumblr sexy man. Oh, what a distinguished gentleman! I'm sure this whole power outage was a misunderstanding, and that this robot didn't mean any harm and was just looking for a safe place to crash land. There is nothing to worry about. He's just a friendly little guy. Holy I was wrong. Well, this film is called The Evil Alfred after all. After Alfred finishes murdering everyone in the forest, we're shown a mysterious man watching him from a distance. Don't worry, according to Alfred, this guy becomes important in The Evil Alfred 3. Anyway, the next morning we're introduced to our main characters, Edna. Not to be confused with Alfred, the creator of the movie. And Emmy, Ender's girlfriend. She's in the kitchen making pancakes for breakfast. When Ender comes downstairs to greet her, he turns on the TV and we get a news report about the mysterious ship that crashes in the forest.
Is this true?
I mean, Ender is on the news, so I guess it is true. Ender decides to look into the crash. After breakfast, he gets in his car and drives into the city, where we meet 2 of his and Emmy's friends, Maury and Anthony. A small note about Anthony, he's actually Siki's OC, and Siki voices him.
Yeah, we heard it yesterday. It was really scary, so we decided to get out of here.
People often mistake him for Ender Fred's OC or assume he only appears in this movie, but he existed well before the Evil Alfred. Ender finds Maury and Anthony with suitcases, clearly preparing to leave the city after hearing about the mysterious crash. They seem to understand that whatever came down could mean trouble. When Ender tells them he's heading to the forest to inspect the crash site, Anthony immediately calls the idea crazy, especially going in alone, with no idea what might have been inside that ship. Of course, we know more than they do. Maury decides to go with Ender anyways. Anthony objects, but she talks him into it. The two of them join Ender in his car, and together they head toward the forest. Once they reach the forest, Ender, Maury, and Anthony step out of the car to investigate. They hide behind bushes and trees, and in the clearing, they finally spot the robot responsible for all those earlier murders, seemingly trying to phone home.
E.T. Phone home.
Unfortunately, Anthony is terrible at hide and seek. He accidentally steps back onto a stick, and the robot instantly fires a laser, killing them on the spot. Nah, just kidding. They manage to dodge the blast and take off running, eventually finding a better hiding spot. Alfred hunts around for them.
Where are you, you little puny disgraceful humans? I'll rip one of your faces off!
But comes up empty-handed and eventually wanders off, giving the trio the perfect chance to escape. They hurry back to Ender and Emmy's home as fast as they can. They make it back home in one piece.
Okay.
And Emmy immediately asks what happened. Maury jumps in to explain.
Amy, there was an alien who looked like Ender and tried to kill us. What? A robot similar to Ender?
According to Ender, that line in the script was a mistake. Maury was supposed to say a robot that looks like Ender tried to kill us, not aliens. After that, Ender turns on the TV and the news reveals that Alfred didn't arrive alone. He's brought an entire squad of robots from space to help him carry out an invasion. I love the shot of Anthony and Maury peeking over the back of the couch, just silently processing this chaos unfolding on screen. And chaos is exactly what's happening. The broadcast shows mech soldiers roaming the streets, shooting at any human they spot. Massive machines called Alfredo pods, clearly inspired by the Shrine pods from War of the Worlds, are firing destructive laser blasters across the city. Ender, Emmy, Maury, and Anthony rush out of the house to see the situation for themselves, before sprinting to Ender's car. Emmy spots a gun lying on the road, grabs it without hesitation, jumps in, and the group speeds off. Unfortunately for them, they don't make it far before a pair of Blackbird cruisers lock onto their car and launch into pursuit. Ender swerves hard, causing one of the cruisers to lose control and slam into an empty school bus. The second cruiser pulls up alongside Ender's car, trying to force them off the road. Ender rams it, setting the cruiser veering into a parked purple car, which it uses as an accidental ram before crashing straight into an empty red sedan. Realizing these things aren't going to stop anytime soon, Emmy comes up with an idea. She rolls down her window, leans out of the moving car, and opens fire at the cruisers.
It's this redhead!
One of her shots hits its mark, setting the cruiser swerving wildly. The remaining one collides with it, sparking a massive pileup.
Are we doing a dog pile?
Oh, heck yeah, dog pile? Heck yeah, dog pile.
That finally gives the group a chance to escape. We then cut to scenes of civilians desperately trying to flee the city, lines scratching across the bridge and crowds packing the ferry docks. Afterwards, we return to Ender and the others as they reach another bridge, only to find it closed for repairs. Ignoring the warning signs, Ender hit the accelerator. The car saws over the gap, lands on the other side, and the group finally breaks free of the city. Unluckily for the survivors waiting on the bridge, one of Alfred's Alfredo pods rise out of the water, an obvious nod to the 2005 War of the Worlds. He unleashes a searing laser blast, tearing the bridge apart and sending several people plunging into the river below. After leaving that destruction in its wake, The Alfredo pod simply marches off as if nothing happened.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
We then cut to a wide shot of the city, now in complete ruin. Fires raging, Alfredo pods roaming the streets, steering through buildings, and even the Roblox-style Statue of Liberty is destroyed. And that was the first movie. Honestly, I think it's a fantastic film. Although I do have a few issues, but I'll only address them after reviewing the second movie. The second film opens with a shot of some fancy tunes, then cuts into a pretty creepy intro before revealing the title card. The Evil Alfred, Chapter 2, The Contact. Yeah, so the Evil Alfred movies actually do have names. The first film is supposedly called The Invasion, and this one is titled The Contact, even though at the end of the first movie, the credits titled the first film as The Visitor from Somewhere, which, yeah, The Invasion is a way better name. What the actual hell was Ender Fred thinking? Anyway, we picked up right where we left off, with Ender and the group still thriving. Maury checks on Anthony, who's absolutely terrified, which I can't blame him for. I mean, Ender just did that insane jump, and on top of that, they're in the middle of a goddamn invasion with clankers murdering people left and right. Maury tells Ender that the stunt scared the heck out of Anthony, but Ender says he didn't have a choice. They couldn't sit around waiting for another berry with that massive line of people, and honestly, even if they had waited, they probably would have been slaughtered by the Alfredo pod anyway. Ender eventually apologizes after realizing just how petrified the poor guy is. Then he suddenly breaks the car because there's a dead body lying in the road.
A body has been discovered!
And instead of checking if the dude's actually dead and not just unconscious, Ender just drives around him. Okay, buddy. They keep driving. Eventually, a train track cuts across their path, just in time for a flaming train to roar past them. I guess you can say that train was coming in blazing. But the group's luck runs out fast. Ender's car is out of fuel.
Oh no!
Leaving them stranded. Ender and the others get out to look for a gas station. He suddenly remembers there are binoculars in the trunk. Maury digs through a small bag, finds them, and scans the area. By some miracle, there is a gas station nearby. So Ender, Emmy, Maury, and Anthony push the car all the way there.
We finally reached it.
Only to find it completely deserted, not a single person in sight. While Ender refuels, Anthony slips inside to grab food, and Maury chats quietly with Emmy. Emmy admits she's worried about Ender. She's never seen him so angry before.
I've never seen him this angry before.
Maury reassures her he isn't angry, he's anxious. Anyone would be with an invasion happening and killer robots roaming the planet. Anthony returns with a plastic bag full of snacks. Maury asks if he's missing someone. He tells them about a girl he's known for a long time.
She's someone I've known for a long time, and she isn't that open for anyone as she used to be. Not really, but she barely just reached out, and she's just been busy for a while now.
He clearly cares about her, and it's obvious he's scared for her safety. And if you're wondering, Duncan, why are you being so mysterious about this girl? It's because we literally have no clue who she is. Part 2 gives zero hints beyond Anthony knowing her for a while. I'm hoping Part 3 finally reveals who this mystery girl is. Then, a small TV mounted on the gas station wall flickers on with breaking news. The report announces that the invasion has now spread across the entire world. Footage shows Alfredo pods, mech soldiers, and several of Alfred's brand new toys carrying through cities everywhere, leaving nothing but destruction and death behind. Oh look, Bacon City. I guess the president will be happy to see that Bacon City has now fallen.
Oh, wonderful.
Anthony hears a strange noise in the distance and, out of curiosity, goes to check it out himself. He wanders into a patch of forest where he spots a bald security guard literally beating the crap out of several mech soldiers with his bare hands, which looks so hardcore. But his badass moment doesn't last long. A mech soldier, off screen, blasts him, causing him to fall to the ground. That soldier, the one wearing the black bandana, steps forward and pulls out what looks like a strange helmet. Off screen, he forces it onto the guard's head, and when the guard gets back up, he's clearly under mind control.
It's called Mind Flex!
This particular mech soldier is called an abductor. And at this point, you can probably guess exactly what this guy specializes in. Anthony, absolutely terrified by what he's just witnessed, tries to stay quiet, but a squirrel right next to him decides to make a loud noise, giving away his location. Snitch. The abductor and the mind control guard spots him immediately. Anthony bolts, sprinting back toward the station while they charge after him. They all break into a run, dive in the car, and end up thwarted. Speeding off just as more abductors begin to emerge from the bushes with the mind-controlled man. After they get away, Anthony tells the group what he saw the abductor do to that poor man. Worried, Maury tries calling search and rescue.
The robots are running the Navy! Not the Navy!
But the signal is completely dead. Emmy then hands them a map she grabbed from the trunk and suggests heading to Roverland. Maury recognizes the place. There's a radio station there that they could use to call for help. The issue, Emmy points out, is the 6-hour drive. She asks his editor if that's even doable, and he assures her it is. The car's fully filled, and they won't have to worry about refueling anytime soon. We then get a montage of their long drive, shots of the devastation Alfred and his army left behind, the group stopping to eat in the car before dozing off, a scene of them crossing a bridge while a cluster of bodies float beneath them, and passing the remains of Wutzburg, now a wasteland wrecked by Alfredo pods, techno cruisers, one of Alfred's helicopters, and apparently Alfred also owns the tank because sure, why the not?
I'm in a tank and you're not!
Cut to Alfred himself, addressing a crowd of mind-controlled humans gathered by his abductors. 2 mech soldiers stand by his side, and about 6 more guard the mind-controlled crowd, though I might be miscounting.
Attention all humans. Eliminate amongst your peers, and we shall spare you to assist with our mission. Have I made myself clear?
It's great to see Alfred is fully supportive of child slavery. We're shown even more chaos as the mind-controlled humans and mech soldiers continue killing or converting anyone they find. In the middle of this, a young girl and a grandfather try to escape the destruction. Unfortunately for her, the grandfather gets shot in the leg by a mech soldier. He tells the girl, Sarah, who may sound familiar to you all, Grandpa! Grandpa! to run and leave him behind just as an abductor approaches him. So Sarah bolts, sprinting through the carnage and dodging mech soldiers as best she can. According to Enderfred, this scene generally upsets him, and honestly hearing Sarah sobbing as she runs makes it worse. She's forced to leave her grandpa behind, who's probably under mind control already. And in case you're wondering, no, I didn't record those crying sounds myself. Ender pulled them from the sound library and edited the pitch to make them sound like me. Anyway, Sarah ends up cornered in an alleyway. 2 mech soldiers close in.
Hey there, little fella.
Take a seat right over there.
So she tries to run back the way she came, but there's already another mech soldier blocking her path with his gun raised. And just like that, she stitched him. The next scene, honestly, isn't worth going into. It's mostly fairies getting obliterated. Nothing particularly important. The only real takeaway is that Oblivious HD managed to escape thanks to the military disrupting none of the Alfredo pods. We then cut back to Ender and his friends, still striving towards the city when a loud, eerie noise makes them stop the car. An Alfredo pod stomps past without noticing them. Then 2 more follow, including a blue-flavoured Alfredo pod that will come back into play later, trust. They get moving again and finally reach Roverland. Mori spots the rescue team in the sky, a plane packed with survivors escorted by 2 helicopters. It looks like there might actually be some hope. Oh, never mind.
Damn, they didn't make it, unfortunately.
Who the hell reacts to a plane crash like that? My guy just watches a whole aircraft full of people go down and reacts to it like this?
Damn, they didn't make it, unfortunately.
And that's when I realized I'm getting emotional over a Roblox character in a Roblox movie. What has my life become? They arrive in the city and Ender parks his car right in the middle of the road. Mori and Anthony decide to stay behind and make sure the car doesn't get stolen or crushed by an Alfredo pod, while Ender and Emmy head out to look for the radio station so they can call for help. Ender and Emmy make their way through the ruined streets. They freeze when they hear another strange noise. It's that same blue Alfredo pod from earlier. A man tries to run from it, but the machine fires some kind of tripoon-like projectile from the compartment, impaling the guy and dragging him inside. Then they witness another blue Alfredo pod landing nearby, unloading a squad of mech soldiers. And yeah, this is the perfect time to introduce the Harvester. The Harvester is basically a walking factory built to create more mech soldiers. How does it do that, you ask? By impaling humans, removing their brains while they're still alive, and installing those brains into new mech soldier bodies. And the worst part, the person is still alive. Well, their brain and consciousness are, but they can't control the robot. Can't speak, nothing. They're just forced to sit there and experience everything while the mech soldier they're trapped in goes around killing whoever it sees. And how do I even know all this? Because Ender Fred made a whole video showing the process of how a mech soldier is made. Think how it's made, but instead of watching something harmless like the cursed creation of hot dogs, you're watching the extremely gory assembly line of human to robot conversion. Anyway, after dodging a few mech soldiers, some mind control humans, and even what I think is an Alfred drone, the pair finally reaches the radio station. They slip inside the building and immediately duck behind a wall where they spot 2 mech soldiers standing nearby talking to each other.
Humans are such weaklings, right?
Yeah, their pain and suffering lasts longer than us. I find it enjoyable to kill them and suffer.
What a meaningful conversation! Alfred contacts one of his mech soldiers through some device on his helmet, head, whatever the hell it is, and orders them to investigate the city for any remaining survivors to kill. The mech soldiers obey and leave the radio station.
Roger that, Alfred. Now let's go, M1-2.3. Got another mission to do.
Alright.
Giving Ender and Emmy the perfect chance to move in. Once inside the room with the radio equipment, Emmy starts fiddling with the controls while Ender stumbles across the suitcase and just takes it. No explanation. Emmy managed to get through to the rescue team, who confirmed that they're on their way to extract them. Meanwhile, things go badly for Mori and Anthony. The mech soldiers spot them, forcing the 2 to jump back into the car and make a break for it, heading straight towards the radio station to regroup with Ender and Emmy. As Ender and Emmy exit the station, 2 mech soldiers, probably the same ones from earlier, spot them and immediately open fire. Luckily, Ender reacts fast and the 2 dive out of the way, taking cover behind a nearby car. Moments later, 2 more mech soldiers arrive to back them up, but Emmy isn't having it.
Hey, take one of this, bald head!
She opens fire and manages to take out all 4 of them, ending the firefight right there. Ender spots a shotgun lying on the ground, grabs it, and manages to blast the 3 jolly robots. Unfortunately, the noise draws attention and 2 more mech soldiers step into the middle of the road, both locking their weapons onto Ender and Emmy. Before they can fire, Ender and Emmy jump inside, and they floor it, only to find themselves being chased by a few familiar faces. Emmy fires at a fuel tanker truck, causing a massive explosion that takes out one of the pursuing techno cruisers. Another cruiser tries to cut them off, but Ender nails it with the shotgun, sending it crashing straight into another cruiser behind it. For a moment, it looks like they might actually escape, until they hit a roadblock. Mech soldiers line the street, with parked techno cruisers sealing off every exit. A couple of mech soldiers slowly advance towards the car as more cruisers close in. It's clear they're then out of nowhere, the rescue team appears in the sky and opens fire on the mech soldiers. It seems there's hope until one of the mech soldiers shoots the helicopter's propeller, sending it crashing down. And that's where the movie ends. A slow zoom out of the group sitting in the car as mech soldiers begin closing in on them. Yeah, what a cliffhanger. So, what are my overall thoughts on this movie? Honestly, I think it's really good. That said, the second half of the first film feels a bit slow paced, and the opening proportion of the second film has the same issue. The pacing drags a little at first, but once the mech soldiers and Alfred really comes into play, things start picking up and becomes much more engaging. The plot itself is solid, though there isn't a whole lot more I can say right now since the story isn't finished yet. If I remember correctly, the series is supposed to have 4 parts, but as of writing this, we only have 2 parts because part 3 and 4 hasn't been completed yet. When part 3 finally releases, I'll definitely be reviewing it. As for the voice acting, most of it is fine. The actor who voiced Alfred in part 2 did a really good job capturing his character.
Have I made myself clear? Let the show begin. Hello, my mech soldiers. I got a request. Can you keep patrolling around the streets? There may be still one of them alive. Make sure all humans in that city are dead and empty. Is that clear?
And I really hope he returns for the Evil Alfred 3. The person who voiced Alfred in the first movie, though...
Where are you, you little punny disgraceful humans? I'll rip one of your faces off!
Not so much. There's definitely room for improvement there. The rest of the voice actors are decent overall, but there are a few scenes where the dialogue sounds mumbled or way too quiet.
Oh, we are preparing to leave this soon.
Yeah, we heard it yesterday. It was really scary, so we decided to get out of here. So, are you here just to grab us to go away?
It's only mildly frustrating, but it becomes more noticeable because part 1 has closed captions, while part 2 still doesn't. I ended up finding myself replaying certain scenes multiple times just to figure out what Anthony or Moy were saying when watching the second film. And while we're on the topic of voices, there are moments where a character stands silent for a few seconds before finally speaking.
I've heard about it too. It was oddly strange, I must say. So, are you here just to grab us to go away?
Or the opposite happens. The character finishes talking, but their mouth stays open for a few seconds before closing. Something similar happens with the animation itself. A scene will play, then awkwardly pause for a moment before cutting to the next one. It's not super noticeable, but it is there, and I really hope these issues get fixed and polished up for the third and fourth films. But for now, I do hope you enjoyed this review, and please do give Ender Fred some support by watching his movie. If you like the review and want to see more of it, please leave your comments below and like this video, as well as subscribe to my channel or support me on Ko-Fi. And do feel free to request what Roblox movie or series I should take a look next. I hope to see you all again. Goodbye.
"100% pure fish."
scale.